Hello, everyone. Today we're celebrating princesses. It is Princess Day at my house, Disney princesses in particular. Stay tuned to the very end to have a special guest appearance from one of the princesses. Hint, hint, it's my daughter. But she looks absolutely adorable in her dress. So stay tuned for that. Here's your A. D. G. Always goes out of tune. C. E. Okay, so today we're working on Frozen at the very beginning of the piece from measures 1 to 21. And this is the song, Do You Want to Build a Snowman? We just have a couple of different rhythms to talk about in this part, so let's count and clap here at the beginning. I'm going to start with you, second violins, violas. You have this rhythm. It should look familiar from Brave. One and, let's see, it goes bum, 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 bum. I like to break this up into eighth notes, and you'll understand this down your music career why, because this is really an 8/8 measure. Okay, I'm not going to go too much into it, but I like to count the eighth notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so the magic numbers are 1, 4, and 7. That's when you clap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so your part right there in with F natural, second violin sounds like this. And everyone who has that bit, notice how you have a tenuto, which is that sort of like an accent, but you hold out the note. You have that line over the last note of each measure, so it should be like kind of leading in, jumping into the next measure. Something like that, okay? Make sure you do that with the metronome so that you line up on beat 1 each time. Okay, then we get into, I should stop and talk about violas and cellos. You have the same two notes, but you don't have that third one. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Okay? That is how your rhythms fit together. So if we were together, you would hear ba, ba, and then we would split up in our rhythms right there. Okay, let's talk first violins. We're on measure 4, where you have your melody. Now, everyone at this point should have noticed that we're in the key of E flat major. That's why I assigned it to you at the beginning of fourth term. However, now we don't have any extra exercises. We're just working on our concert music. So make sure that you get this key signature done because we're going to add a flat before we're done with Frozen and before the end of the year, okay? But for now, we have 3 flats. They are B flat, E flat, and A flat. Usually what that means for you high strings is that you're in half position in pattern 3, okay? So you've got 3 and 4 together. Looking in the camera kind of messes me up. That's weird. Okay, so you have 3 and 4 together. This is where your B flats and your E flats are, and when you're playing your A flats, they've got to be here too, okay? Okay, so first of all, we've got the melody, first violins, and measure 4. Do you want... let's see, we have E flat, right? So we have interesting rhythm. It changes in measure 4 from 2 measures later. Here's measure 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Yes, it comes in on the and of 2. So 1 and 2. 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2. So hopefully if you caught that, I messed up a little bit right there. At measure 8, starting on beat 1, 1 and 2. So a couple of things to digest right there. That measure 8 or measure 9, you have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, it's the and of 3 that you come back in on that rest, after that rest. Okay, so that low B flat. And yes, it is B flat. That's why I said stay in half position. So everything, like second finger where you're here, hits that B flat just perfectly. And also, you heard that A flat. Right? Here's that A flat. Everyone, this is going to be very important for you. You're going to want to play those A's, and you're going to want to play any other open strings like the open strings. And the A, you can't. It has to be flat. So you have to think, how do you play that on the string below what you normally play? Basses, I'll get to you in just a second on how to play that A flat. But first violins, I think you heard most of your rhythm for the melody. We're going to jump ahead through 13, 14, 15 because that rhythm I've already explained to the violas and cellos, and you can rewind that to find what you need there. Okay, here is measure 17. 1 and. Sorry, third finger. And that's pretty much it. Then you have just a couple of half notes there. Cool? All right, so let's jump now to a couple of things that you, second violins, you need to know at measure 11, okay? Second violins, measure 11, you have C, D flat, and very important that you learn this D flat because you're going to have to do it at the end of Frozen anyway. Listen up, first violins too. Fourth finger right here, right? Because this is D right here. So fourth finger on a low 4 for this would be D flat because the high 4 is D, low 4 is D flat. I hope this isn't too much news to you, but we have never done this key together as a class before. So you have, back at measure 11, sorry, got lots to look at here. C, D flat, A flat, C, D flat, okay? That's not the rhythm, it's 1 and 2 and 3, or it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Remember the tenuto at the end. Okay, okie doke. That should do it for you all the way up to measure 21, except for you have a C flat. How on earth do you play a C flat? Well, it's just a low 3 here on the G string, right? So where you used to have on the measure before, sorry, gonna find it for you real quick, just make sure I'm clear. So on measure 22, or 21, sorry, you have a C flat, which is just a low 3. And then you have a B flat, which will be a half step away. Okay, this will be the only change to what I said before, where you have to be in pattern 3. This is pattern 1. Okay, C flat and B flat are half step away because B and C are normally half step away. And if both of them are flat, does this sound familiar? Both of them are still a half step away. Okay? Okay, let's move on now to viola. You have an interesting fingering going on there too, right before measure 21. At measure 21, or measure 20, you have a C flat and a B flat. Oh, it's the same thing. Just make sure you're on your G string. There's your C flat and B flat. Cool. Okay, viola, I'm going to check to see if I have any more notes for you. Nothing, you're good. Just, I want to use you for a second to teach everybody how to do the dynamics measure 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. So 16 and 17, you have an up bow with a crescendo, and then you have a nice staccato at the end. Now the trick to this is make sure that you're not putting too much weight at the frog. However, the natural weight right here will be light to heavy. So just don't make any changes. Don't press in at your tip. Make sure you have a good start, of course, but then go at it. Okay, you've got an open G to an E flat. 3, 4, and then make sure you release. Right, very nice on that. Okay, violas, I'm done with you. Not that you're that bad, but I'm just done with you. You guys, first violin, second violins, violas, you guys can click off. Cellos, let's talk about your fingerings. Hopefully you noticed all the rhythms that I talked about, but I want to talk specifically at measure 12. You've probably never done this before outside of exercises, so I wanted to show you exactly how this is done. You've got E flat, right? And then you have an A flat, or you have a B flat, A flat. Okay, this is where all of that training the whole year is coming in, where we learned third position. Okay, you have to be up there in third position. So match this B flat with this B flat. Then you know you're in the right spot. Again, third position is when your first finger is playing the fourth finger note. Do those exercises, okay? Here's fourth finger B flat. Okay, so we know in the right spot. So you're going to go recognize it. Okay, you should be able to hear it once you've got it. But it takes a little bit getting used to playing with these alternate fingerings. 4, 4, 2, 1, 2, 4. Cross the street. 4. And then you can switch back to first position. Triplet. And make sure those two quarter notes are nice and strong. Dun, 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 2, 3, 4, staccato. And then you have your bit right there, okay? Nothing new for you guys. Bass, I want to talk to you real quick. Bass for you, you have a couple of notes that are written outside of your range, which isn't fair because the person here thought that everything for tuba must automatically translate over to bass. It's not true. Sorry about the arrangement. So, the first thing that you notice is your first note. Yes, that's an E flat, not an E natural. E flat is not in your range because you would have to tune your string flat to get that note. So we're just going to bump that up an octave and play this E flat right here. Okay, write that in, cross out what's below, and just transpose or copy up a certain amount of notes up. Okay, then we're going to move on bass to measure 13. I want you to notice that's an A flat. Everyone's dealing with that, as you've seen in the video so far. A flat cannot be your open A, or it'll be too sharp, right? So you got to get on the, here, find the A, flat on your E string, okay? That's the spot to do it right there. Here's A flat. You probably already know that, but I thought I'd just be thorough. Skip 2 measures ahead. You're on measure 15 now. Measure 15, that is another note that you cannot play in your range. That low D, just bump it up an octave, do this D. Okay? And then don't forget the next measure, you have an A flat that goes to an A natural. Okay, so you're going to go like that. Okay? That doesn't include rhythm or bow directions. You know how to figure that stuff out. A flat again, measure 20. And that should do you for this segment. Guys, I hope you had a good time watching this video. I have a very special guest appearance from my baby girl, Hannah. Last year, she had her birthday party. It was Belle themed. And so here she is, the princess herself, Princess Belle. All right, guys. I hope you're having a great day. Don't forget, every day is magical. Make the most of it. Bye-bye.